Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included. And I've finally done it. We dug out the entirety of the asteroid except for the magma biome and a little bit of the oil here. I actually discovered a third oil reservoir, so I was a little bit of a dummy. However, we were never really lacking the oil. I'm not too worried about it. In the process, I also discovered a couple of other features that we are gonna unravel very soon. However, before we do that, I thought one thing I could do with all of that polluted oxygen before it dissipates into space right there, why not go ahead and extract a little more clay? All we have to do for that is sporadically place a bunch of blocks every now and then where there is a concentration of polluted oxygen. Maybe a couple more here and there and there. It doesn't really matter. We'll have to observe it later. And of course, we're going to place a whole bunch of deodorizers on top of it. These are going to produce more clay for us that we then can use for crafting and building. There we go. Just these two. And then I think we covered them all. Beautiful. So what are we going to do in today's episode? I thought we finally should do something with this area. Now, I did some testing in my test world and there's actually something that I figured out. So I wasn't aware of this fact until today, but the doors behave a little bit weird. If you have Regolith falling on top of a door that is flat on the floor, just like that, and then if you open the door and close it again, the Regolith is gonna get destroyed. I had no idea that I can do that. So, I mean, we have tons and tons of Regolith already from this contraption right here. The Regolith actually gets collected periodically right next here to my transit tube. And at this point, I don't even know how much we have because it's just disappearing behind everything that we have in there. Originally, I wanted to use all of this Regolith to make a nice contraption of some sorts, but with that new knowledge, there's actually something else we can do. Now, another thing that you might not know is if you have the doors in a normal orientation, the Regolith is not gonna be able to drop down. So if I just let this fall, it's gonna stack on top of the door. It's so weird. I had no idea about those mechanics and we're gonna make use of them today. For the longest time we had meteorites falling down, giving us some iron and gold and other stuff that is just not accessible. However, today we are gonna collect them all automatically. Basically, the idea is we are gonna have a bunch of mechanized airlocks that are gonna destroy the Regolith. However, all the iron and gold and other materials that we can use are gonna drop down, and then we're gonna use a bunch of doors oriented like this in order to push it into one single tile. So I'm gonna remove everything we have right here, and we want to use as much of the space we have available next to the silos. Now, actually, before we do that, I want to send a couple of petroleum rockets to their destinations. And we're actually going to choose a destination nearby that has some fullerene. There's one right here, for instance, with steel that is useful, but also fullerene. It's just trace amounts, but if we send enough rockets and they're just going to come back very quickly, we should be fine. We can use all the petroleum in the world. So what we're aiming for is the 30 kilometers mark with a petroleum engine. Let's see how much stuff we can get back. We're gonna go for petroleum with liquid oxidizer, 30 kilometers, and we wanna take a whole bunch of cargo base with us. Now let's see, 1, no problem, 2, no problem, 3, unreachable. So we're gonna go with 2 cargo modules. In order to be successful here, we're gonna need 2 fuel tanks and 1 oxidizer tank, with 928 kilograms of each liquid. So let's go ahead and set this up. That's 1, 2, oh, actually I can't do that. So we're gonna have to build one after another, as per usual. Maybe in the meantime, we can already go ahead and set this up so I can bring all of the liquids over there. Let me actually see. This is the fuel tank. Yeah, we want to fill this up with petroleum. We can also already set up the pipe for the liquid oxidizer right here on the top. We got 2 fuel tanks in place. We also need a liquid oxidizer tank that is gonna go right there. After that, of course, 2 cargo bays, and then there's gonna be the command modules. So let me just get this finished quickly. Actually, one thing I must not forget is the rails. So this is gonna get delivered as soon as the rockets return. Now, of course, before I forget, it's time to hook everything up. So we got these 2 space scanners that are gonna correlate with these 2 rockets. Maybe let's go ahead and name those. So I decided to call them after their fuel. We got hydrogen 1 and 2, and then we're gonna have petroleum 1 and 2. Now, I just noticed technically whenever we don't have any rockets launching, we could save a little bit on power. At this point, I'm not too worried on power, but just beware that you wouldn't have to run these scanners all the time, only once you have your rockets launched, and they're bound to come back at some point. I also prepared the automation and everything. The power is already hooked up as we established, so that's all gonna go well. I can steer the doors myself or automatically. Now, we're probably gonna need a bunch of Atmos suits, but if I'm not mistaken, we should have Atmos suits all over the place. Actually, where are they? Yeah, there are a couple of them here, so I'm gonna sweep up 2 and they should be brought, hopefully, to the capsules. Ah, that's crazy. Look at this, the puffed princess. Oh my gosh, they are actually producing a whole bunch of oxalite in this place. This is insane. You know, every time I come back to my old base, there are weirder and weirder creatures in place. Love it. The Atmos suits have been delivered, so I'm guessing we can already roll the petroleum. No, actually, they are not building the pipes here, but they can reach them, so let's just wait a minute or two. Wait, hold the phone. Of course, these need to be switched off. Yeah, just please close the doors. Thank you. Oh no, I just noticed I cannot really reach this, so maybe if we open up the bunker doors here, then we can go ahead and approach this in a reasonable manner. So if I just go ahead and up the priority here, we should hopefully be good. Oh, actually, never mind. I cannot dig up here. Ah, crap. Okay, that means we have to get rid of one of those. First build the wires and then replace it. As per usual, we're also gonna retract all the gantries. Don't want to repair all of these. Okay, great. That should be good enough. In order to fill up the petroleum, all I have to do is disable or enable this liquid shutoff, and we should be good. I also believe we can keep this pipe full of petroleum. It shouldn't heat up too much. Well, we'll have to observe. Maybe I'll have to loop it back just like with the liquid stuff. I set everything to the right values, by the way, so we are also going to introduce a bit of liquid oxygen. Since I don't have my loop back, I think I want to stop this at 690 or so. Come on. Might be good already. Let's try it out. So if we stop this right now, we might just end up with the right amount of liquid oxygen. Otherwise, the last pipe is gonna break. What are you gonna do? There we go. I think it took everything and we are at... Oh no, we're missing 3 packets and 2 kilograms are gonna be left. So 1, 2, 3. That should be good. Shut this off. Beautiful. That was pretty much perfect. And we now got this full. One last packet, as I said, is left here. It's gonna destroy this pipe a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. All I want is to get our mission started. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna assign 2 astronauts, Bubbles and Max are gonna be the chosen ones. And for once I wanna launch both rockets at the same time. I think that's gonna be fun. Yes, both of our astronauts arrived. We are ready to do this. So, actually I might wanna replace this now. However, we managed to install the automation wire, so we should be good to at least open up the doors and get this started. And of course, we're gonna replace the scanner as quickly as possible. Actually, priority 9, please. Alright, beautiful. Let's do petroleum 1 first. You're gonna go to that satellite with the fullerene. Yes, we can launch the mission. We're gonna do the same thing with petroleum 2. You go to this asteroid launch mission. Yes. 3, 2, 1, blast off. Yoo-hoo! And of course, we are collecting some more heat. That's what I'm talking about. And they're gonna come back at the same time, actually. That's fun. Now, I managed to burn through my wire, and that is because I'm not using steel. So I'm guessing we're just gonna replace that with steel. And we're also gonna replace the top part here with steel, even though it's probably only the center wires that we would have to replace. But, you know, done is done. And look at this, we ended up with a lot of carbon dioxide, and of course I forgot to retract a bunch of gantries. How could I? Anyways, now that's done, I would say we can focus on our main project here. What I'm gonna do probably is just utilize this line right here. So we have enough space to stack things up a little bit, and the bunker doors of course are necessary in order to gather the regolith without destroying anything. And if we measure this out here, I would have 2 bunker doors like so, and then we can continue here. So I'm just gonna fill this entire row up with bunker doors. We are probably not gonna have enough steel. And then approximately at this point, we're gonna stop. We're gonna finish this with normal bunker tiles. Okay, looking good, looking good. I think I wanna replace these first. So we're gonna get rid of those. Set a really high priority, though this is gonna get in the way of my transit tube. Oh, oops, I forgot to remove those blueprints. Let's just get rid of everything here. That's what I thought. We need to be careful a little bit. Yeah, it actually really managed to destroy my transit tube. Let's go ahead and build these 2 bunker doors really quickly. Actually, just this one here needs to be built really quickly. Now, if I'm not mistaken, conductive wire is actually enough, so we can get back a little bit of the steel that I've been using here. But essentially, we want to power all of these doors, though that's going to be too much, is it? It's 21 doors with 120 watts each. Yeah, that's definitely going to be too much. So I think after 10 doors, we are going to cut this, and then we can set up 2 transformers to take care of each side. Actually, we already have a nifty place for a power transformer. I think I'm gonna take this apart, move this over a little bit, and then we are gonna set up 2 large power transformers. Building these out of copper should be good enough, should give us a good overheat temperature. And then I can just go ahead and lead up 2 wires in order to take care of the doors. We're gonna use an awful lot of doors, but the only doors we are powering are the bunker doors, because otherwise they don't function. Obviously, we're also gonna need automation wires. Now, this can be the same automation wire for all of the bunker doors, right there. This old contraption actually can go all the way. We don't need this anymore. Alrighty, we are back. It is a couple of cycles later. Unfortunately, as predicted, I don't quite have enough steel to finish this, but we came a long way. I'm now installing the signal switch, and now we are gonna get to the actual contraption. The first thing I want to do is build everything that I can before placing the doors. The doors, especially with the automation wire, is gonna get in our duplicants' way, and they might get stuck. I don't want that. So we're gonna get things started with a liquid pipe, but we don't want to use granite. I think that is gonna melt too quickly. So we're gonna use igneous rock again, and all we want to do is a loop, and you will see why we are gonna do that. Here we're actually gonna use a bridge in order to decide in which direction the loop is gonna go. Then we're gonna go back up, and we are gonna do the loop like so. On the top portion of the pipe, we want a liquid pipe element sensor, and we are gonna build that out. Actually, let's build it out of copper, since we have a lot of it. Well, we also have a lot of iron. Yeah, let's actually use iron for the sensors, and we are then gonna use the copper for the wire. But essentially, in each spot beneath the bunker doors, on top of the pipes, we want one of those sensors. We are then gonna continue this whole shebang with a NOT gate that I'm also gonna build out of iron, and we are gonna build those right beneath the sensors, just like that. Naturally, we already want to get started hooking everything up, and of course each of the sensors is gonna be hooked up to the NOT gates. There we go, said and done. Of course, the rest of the wire at the bottom isn't done yet, but we can get things started here. Now, actually, we will have to replace these ladders, and if I'm not mistaken, yeah, I cannot place that on top. Let's go ahead, remove the ladders, and then we're gonna install the doors that are horizontal first. We're gonna use these doors, obviously, to initially crush the regolith and then let the iron and all the useful stuff drop through. And I think if we just do it like so, we should be fine and get away with it. This is also gonna allow us to continue with the copper wire, and we're just gonna route them straight down into the doors that eventually are gonna be the normal orientation beneath the horizontal ones. Let's see. Oh no, they are actually overheating. You little bastards. You know what? I'm gonna solve this easily by just dumping a little bit of water on top of them. We just have to get this petroleum down. I let some regolith drop on top of it, and of course now it has been heating up. There we go. Space missions already completed. Oh, this is amazing. Doors have opened. Great stuff, great stuff. Come back. That's what I'm talking about. That was actually really easy. Looks like I ran into some sort of glitch, but there is a piece of regolith still falling down, and it's confusing the dupes so much they cannot actually build anything on this line. I might have to reload the save game, which sucks because it takes 5 minutes. However, as you can see, we are making great progress, I would say. So everything here is being set up. Maybe we can already set up this door as well. No, I'm actually gonna leave that so they have easy access until everything is built. So there's gonna be a door right here, which means the floor is gonna be at this spot, which means I essentially want to continue the cable here. Let me actually do this part with lead still. And then in the floor we're gonna do it with iron. Now this first door is probably gonna be powered, that is sitting right there, but that is absolutely fine. And the rest we're gonna power like so. Same thing on the other side here. This is gonna go all the way through the floor and then it's gonna go up. Let's do it at this point and get into the bunker doors. Looks like all of my pipe sensors have been placed. What I want to do is choose petroleum. That's the liquid we are gonna use. We then want to copy those settings over to all of the other sensors as well. There we go. We're actually also done with the piping itself. So what I'm gonna do is grab this pipe right here and we're just temporarily gonna connect that to our loop. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about the glitch. I'm too lazy to reload the game, so let's place that somewhere else. Gonna do a little bridge and then we pipe up like so. Are you freaking kidding me? Okay, I have to reload the game. See ya. Alrighty, we are back. It is actually the next day for me and the glitch disappeared. I also installed a transit tube access. This is actually where we are gonna collect all of the materials that we are gathering. And you can see we've made substantial progress. Right now, it's time to finish all of the cabling. The cabling, of course, is enormously simplistic, and that is because of that trick we are gonna use that I learned from you in the comments section, just using a bunch of water pipes and sensors. My temporary pipe has also finally been built. All we want is 2 packets of petroleum coming this way. Let's see if this actually works out. Yeah, wonderful. 2 packets. No, that's actually 3. So we need to get rid of that. Let's go ahead and trap these packets right here. And we're gonna get rid of the rest of the pipes. So once the system is ready, we can initiate those packets and they're actually gonna trigger all of these sensors, opening the doors in a sequence. While I'm waiting for all of this to be built, I'm actually gonna refill my rockets right here. The top portion has already been filled, but I guess we can go on another mission right away, get some more fullerene. This is now really important that we get the supercoolant for some more cool projects. Since we have plenty of liquid oxygen, this is no problem at all. Also, look at this. We now have the fuel in terms of hydrogen for almost 2 more flights. Said and done, everything filled up. Let's give Toby a chance, and I think Bubbles is gonna be our second pilot. Looks like Bubbles has her free time at the moment, so we're gonna send up a Toby first of all. Star map. We're not gonna choose the previous satellite since we need to wait for some mass restoration first, but there's another asteroid with a trace amount of fullerene, so hopefully that is gonna be a viable option as well. It has some good materials too, so I'm not complaining. That would be petroleum 1. You are going here. Beautiful. Wait, what's missing? Oh my gosh, we did not completely empty the cargo. Are you freaking serious? Oh my gosh. Toby, you have to wait for 1 moment. We have to hurry up with that. Conveyor, please somebody build this quickly. Well, good thing they didn't let me start with a full cargo. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Everything has been emptied. I'm just gonna wait a little bit and now we should be ready to launch. Petroleum 1, you want to go right there, launch the mission. Oh, hopefully, yeah, I took the right one, didn't I? See ya, Toby. Good luck. Woohoo! By now, Bubbles should also be ready, so we're gonna launch that rocket as well. Petroleum 2, you go right there. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, blast off! Woohoo! Alrighty, looks like we are done for the most part. It's now time to take apart this area, that area, and then we're gonna finish this with the doors. Now, looking at my materials, I think I'm still gonna go with iron, since we have like 500 tons of it. And as I said, this first door is gonna be powered. Unfortunately, that's the only flaw since I cannot build through neutronium. But essentially everywhere we have the cables already in place, we can go ahead and build the doors in the normal orientation just beneath everything. Yeah, the game doesn't like that at all. Well, at least now all the blueprints have been placed except for the flooring. We still have to do that, but other than that, we will be able to test this contraption very soon. And the goal is basically to have all the materials nearby the transit tube axis. So all of this over the course of the next few hundred cycles is gonna be very lucrative, I would say. It's definitely gonna be worth it in the end, even though we are using a lot of materials. Now, one thing that you also predicted and that bothers me is we are accumulating the carbon dioxide and it's getting a little too hot to actually cool this liquid down efficiently and keep on smelting. The thing is, as soon as we stop smelting, we are actually dropping significantly in terms of temperature, but overall, we just don't have enough steam in this room. The fact that we have too much carbon dioxide is making the situation worse because of my sensor, so at the moment the steam we are using isn't even going back into the room. So I decided it's time to introduce back the gas pump that we had before, and we're actually gonna put that right here. We're gonna connect it to this insulated pipe. And this gas pump is probably gonna run for the entire time, otherwise we can also hook it up to this Atmos sensor if we want to, but for now I'm just gonna let it run. So that's actually something we have to hurry up with. Yeah, it is pressing 26 kilograms. Oh no. For now, just temporarily, I'm gonna reverse this sensor so at least we are still utilizing the water that's coming from the steam turbines. Currently, this sensor is sending a signal if we are below 15 kilograms. If we are below 15 kilograms, then I don't actually want to pump this anymore. So what we could do is have a NOT gate in between. Yeah, let's maybe do that. So there's going to be a NOT gate and then we connect it to the pump. You know, done is done and I'm not gonna have to worry about it anymore. Actually, we need to bridge over. That is a little inconvenient, but we can do it. So this is gonna go here and then we're gonna connect to the NOT gate and then to the pump. I'm a dummy. Of course, now I'm also pumping up the steam. Oh man, sometimes, Nathan. So forget it with the pump upstairs. We are gonna move that downstairs instead. Not really sure why I thought this was a good idea. On the upside, the automation isn't gonna be as agonizing. There we go. Up the priority of this now, and we should be golden. Pump is running, which means eventually we should get this situation under control again. I'm gonna leave this open for as long as we have such a high temperature and over 15 kilograms. That's insane. Time to set up the flooring beneath the doors we already built. Ellie, just tell me you're not... Okay, she's not trapped yet. Man, once again, this thing took a really long time to build. Maybe hit the like button? I always feel so dirty when I do that. But please hit it. The last pieces are in place. Very nice. So I can also actually, let's do suppress current and we're gonna copy over the settings so it doesn't notify us that we are not having enough power. Not interested in that. Very nice. The contraption is complete. Let's make sure the petroleum also gets inside of it. Oh man, this game. Come on. Give me FPS. Gonna connect this, let the loop run. Beautiful. And we can get rid of that. So we're gonna be able to test it for the first time in just a second. And you can already see what it does. Actually, it's just subsequently, you know, closing one door after another. The upper doors that are horizontal are gonna be used to crush the regolith and make it disappear. However, everything else is gonna be dropped down and the effect of these doors is gonna push the items all the way to the right. At least that is the basic intention. And you can see that seems to be working, of course with a little bit of a delay since we don't have the doors powered. But with that out of the way, we're gonna wait until this is done. Actually, the meteor shower is already over, which means we're gonna open up this door and let all of the regolith drop down. And there it is, regolith dropping down, and we will be able to see with the first cycle that all of this regolith is gonna get destroyed. Where's my petroleum? Right there, it's almost starting now. So let's check this out. Come on. Great stuff. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And we are gathering all of that iron. There's raw copper, there is gold. Hassan, what are you doing? Oh, I think he just trapped himself at this point. No, actually everything seems to be fine. Now I'm not sure how this is gonna behave in terms of FPS, but right now I don't feel much of a difference. But maybe we're gonna implement something in the future to make it not run all the time. So only run it once we have this bunker door open, for instance. Who is confined? Max. Well, you are an idiot. Maybe if we dig away that... Geez, please, just nobody get on top of this anymore. It just doesn't make sense. The second cycle has started and we can see this is slowly but surely dropping down. Yeah, right here we can actually see the system in action as it pushes over the items. Ah, magnificent. And there we go, the last 2 Regolith pieces have been destroyed. Everything is now dropping down here, should be fine. More copper and iron coming our way. Oh, I totally... No! Oh, come on, you gotta be freaking kidding me. You gotta be absolutely freaking kidding me. Well, at least the system works. I mean, usually we're not gonna have it open for very long because I periodically open it and then most of the Regolith is gonna fall down. But, you know, there was a sizable chunk there in the beginning that I had to take care of. Technically nothing is broken yet, so we should be able to just go in there and fix it over time. But yeah, you get the basic gist of this contraption. It should be working out this way. And that's where we're gonna leave it be for today's episode. I thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a great time and see you soon. Bye bye.